fans, and welcome to another episode of Silver Screams Reacts. Today we are looking at the new trailer for, I suppose, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre prequel, Leatherface.
Well, it does say Texas Chainsaw Massacre prequel, so I'm gonna go with yes.
What it says. I'll be honest, out of all of the horror movie monsters from the 70s and 80s, I don't really care about Leatherface all that much. I
thought we got his backstory already from the working in like the butchery or the tannery or the whatever and doing like, I could have sworn that in one of these latest remakes we got the backstory. We got the story. We don't need to do.
You don't really need the backstory for a character like Leatherface either. You get it. He comes from a crazy family of cannibals. You don't really need much more than that. They're crazy.
He's not deep.
No.
He's not
he wears deep. His mother's face on his face. It's gross.
Deep.
He's not deep. Michael is interesting. Jason's pretty boring, but Jason to an extent can be fun.
They're interesting.
Freddy is interesting. Pinhead is interesting.
Michael and Jason are interesting until you start going full supernatural.
That's sort of
full, like they can't ever be hurt or killed by anything ever, and they just keep coming back even after you
That's
kill
when
them.
it starts to get ridiculous. I will say
especially since Michael is a people.
I will say there was a line with Michael Myers where it was interesting, and then at one point they crossed that line and it turned into being ridiculous. But like, they didn't really cross the line until number 6, and then they really crossed that line, and that was not good. But anyway, neither here nor there. I'm just saying that I don't personally have a huge investment in Leatherface. I will grant that Texas Chainsaw is a classic for a reason, but it's not one I'm super invested in like a lot of those other ones.
So you gonna just do the thing?
Let's just do the thing. I'm just saying this is an uphill battle for this trailer to impress me.
Oh, and it's red band.
Yes, it is.
It's gotta be.
Because gore is all that matters these days. What?
Direct TV?
Is this gonna be like straight made for TV?
It's really dark.
The music of the night? Wow, she's gonna announce it.
Okay. Oh, wow. So just wearing a cow's head.
Texas.
You ready for your present? Now go on now, pick it up.
That adorable little child was Leatherface. Gross. I just love that shot of the chainsaw going across the ground just on its own. I just really, I really want a scene where that's happening because it got away from Leatherface and he's running to try to catch it.
I want him.
Like, he can't reach it. It just keeps zooming away from him and he's running in circles trying to get it.
Oh, see, I want a chainsaw on a Roomba. It's not going to work with the time period, but come on.
No.
It's like all the knife Roomba memes.
But wait, I
like
feel like the
a
Roomba
knife
just
on a
wouldn't
Roomba.
move with the weight of a chainsaw on it.
I've seen some big Roombas. It's more of a balance issue than a weight issue.
Lap duct tape would be needed then.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, it's all the knife Roomba memes, and then someone did a knife on a spring on a Roomba, which is impossible to stop because you can't get close. So I feel like Chainsaw Roomba is the next big iteration of that. So let's just do it. Let's just do Chainsaw Roomba. Let's do it. Fuck it, why not? We've done dumber things with this franchise.
know. It looks fine. Doesn't look super interesting, I hate to say. Like, the whole big shtick with Leatherface is that, like, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the whole based on a true story sort of thing.
We are
which
way
is
beyond.
not, because he was loosely based off of Ed Gein, who never wielded a chainsaw, didn't kill too many people, and actually was more of a grave robber than anything else. Yeah, had a weird relationship with his mom, but still, I mean, as he was infamous, but really, in the grand scheme of silly serial killers, there are way worse dudes out there.
Hilariously loosely based on a true story.
There were no chainsaws involved. Like I said, the original is a classic, and honestly, I didn't think we needed anything after that. I will say that, like, in future sequels, they did try to give Leatherface a little bit, like, they tried to make him a little bit of a sympathetic character. Not really a ton, but like a little bit.
I'm just not interested.
I can't say that I really am either.
I feel like Leatherface, now that we've had the torture porn thing, because I feel like, and I could be incorrect on this, but I feel like when the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out, the amount and style of the gore in it was shocking. Because it's very, very much a movie that focuses on, look how horrifyingly gratuitous this all is.
I actually disagree with that. Maybe at the time. Maybe at the time, yes. But actually, like a lot of good scary movies, the true terror is what you don't see. Like, one of the most iconic moments in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is Leatherface knocking this guy out and then pulling him into a room and closing the door. And you don't see what happens to the guy after the door is closed. You see the aftermath later on, but, like, it's more of, like, implication than the straight up gore.
What I'm getting at for this is that we have hit the era of torture porn. We have
I think we're kind of post-torture porn now. Like, we're tired of it.
Nonetheless, for a movie like this, that's very, very much going to influence it, and I feel like it won't do it any favors. Like, you have to be bigger and worse and grosser and more awful and more, and it's like what you said, it's what you don't see. So I feel like we have a Leatherface prequel. It gives us the right to do whatever the fuck we want, and we've already had torture porn, and people were super into that, so we can, do all that stuff. And I feel like torture porn cheapened the genre as a whole in terms of, we're not going to make you think about the horror, we're just going to show you something really, really fucking visceral and then go. And I feel like for a movie like this, that will probably be what they default to. Having torture porn as a subgenre has not helped movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and its remakes and whatnot.
For me, there's just, as a character, Leatherface doesn't really do anything for me that other horror movie monsters don't already do. Like,
with more panache.
Yeah, I mean, Jason already has the soft spot for his mom, obviously both he and Michael also have, the strong silent thing going on. Honestly, Leatherface is just...
I prefer my monsters to be the strong, silent type.
Honestly, Leatherface is just a more aggressive version of Jason, with the added exception of having a family around who bullies him.
Yeah,
For being dumb.
Yeah,
There's not, and not that you can't make that interesting, it's just,
harder to do around his compatriots.
Like I said, there's not much here that I don't get from other horror movies. And, again, original's a classic, solid. I just think that's where it belongs. It just one and done, I think, would have been fine.
If this is your thing, then you might like this movie. If it's not your thing, which it's not either of our things, then more of the same.
I mean, if it turns out great, then awesome. I'll give it a chance, but
I feel
there's
like
just
this
nothing
is
grabbing me.
we slapped the Texas Chainsaw Massacre brand on it and made a movie. And therefore it is guaranteed to get butts in seats and make its money back. Like, I feel like this is a movie that is meant to make the studio money so they can maybe spend
Or
it doing...
TV, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was a little interesting.
That was weird.
Straight to Netflix.
I don't know.
Either which way, I feel like this one is a specific money grab so they can use the funding for something else.
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
I don't know.
That's what this feels like to me. Every time we get a new chapter in a franchise that's just like, put the franchise on, now it's a prequel, put the franchise on, now it's a remake, put the franchise on. It's actually a completely different movie, but we added some things in the franchise to make you think it was the franchise.
At least this one's not in 3D. That's a plus.
It's probably going to have 3D showing. It'll probably
Not
be
if
converted.
it's on TV.
Point.
And they're not advertising it as 3D, thank God. Anywho, I think that's all we really have to say. Just happy it's not in 3D.
Yeah.
Katie, where can people go if they want to find you?
You can follow me all over the social medias and on YouTube at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. If you would like to see us react to non-horror things, they live on that channel.
I'm Megan. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheMenguin. That's TheMenguin. Be sure to follow Silver Screams at Silver_Screams. Like us on Facebook, all that jazz. We want to know, what is your guys' favorite, I guess, Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie?
What horror movie monster do you think needs a prequel?
Ooh, and also, side note, which horror movie monster do you think needs to retire?
All of the staples.
I won't go that far.
I will. Give us some new shit.
Quite a few need to retire.
When you have 10 movies in your franchise, you are done. You are double past done. Stop it. Fucking stop it.
I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to the new Chucky movie. That looks silly.
Chucky can do what it wants because Chucky is self-aware at this point, and therefore everyone knows that it's like, okay, we're just gonna go in and we're gonna have a grand old time. We put Jason in fucking space, and I'm not even sure that movie was self-aware. And that's the problem.
It tried to be. That's the problem.
See, that's the thing. Chucky has realized that it can be scary, but it's also just flat out fucking hilarious, and has embraced the madness, and also mostly gone direct to DVD, which, great. But if you've got 10 movies in your franchise, and they're all in theaters for some reason,
and they're all
stop
basically telling the same story over and over again, or have become self-parody, or... Yeah.
I feel like once you hit the 5 mark, you need to stop.
Probably.
Saw, Paranormal Activity, and I'm including its spin-offs and bullshit. Like, did Paranormal Activity get to 5?
6.
Wow. I rest my case. Who needs to retire? Everyone. I'm good for maybe one more Scream movie. Maybe.
I'm not. Wes Craven's gone.
Oh shit, that's a really good point. Never mind.
Sorry.
Statement retracted.
Now I'm sad.
2016 happened so goddamn fast, I can't remember everything.
Anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you all next time.
Turns out I have a shit ton of opinions on a genre that I mostly don't watch.
I do kind of want, like, Ash to come in and, like, have a chainsaw fight with Leatherface. That, I think, would be interesting.
But the thing is, he'd have to win, and the thing is, studios bank more on monsters than they do on protagonists of previous franchises.
I'm just talking, just give me the fanfic. I don't need to see it on screen.
Classy Barata, go fuck yourself.
Yep.